Hello and welcome back to the BTF podcast live watch along. Today we're watching Chelsea versus Liverpool, big game, and I'm joined by, of course, John Aldino, our resident Chelsea fan. How are you feeling today?
Nervous, man. I'm nervous, but can't wait for the game. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've just come off of watching 45 minutes of absolute bollocks from Tottenham, but we scraped through it. We'll cover that in a second. We'll cover that.
Yeah.
And also I'm joined, of course, by Jay Mills. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm chilling. There's no pressure for us tonight. It's all like Arsenal. I can kick back and just watch these two teams draw it out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I get that. It's quite nice being in these watch-alongs where you got absolutely nothing at stake.
Yeah, no,
totally. Not even Champions League really for you and I. Like, it doesn't really affect us.
Yeah, no, totally.
And of course, no Dan this evening, but he is with us in the chat. So shout out Dan. I think this is the first time that the BTF has run without Dan in its entire history as a podcast, as a watch-along. Takeover, BTF takeover.
Yeah, no, definitely it has. It is. It feels weird, but yeah, no, we'll steer the ship. We're at the wheel tonight.
Yeah, we'll try and avoid the icebergs if we can. We'll see how we get on.
Are we going to address the elephant in the room? John, are you under some kind of, Arctic situation going on there? Like...
Kenny from South Park.
Yeah.
What is going on? Outside, so basically we have an extension. We have an extension in the back, and I can't find my caps. And I've been wearing a hoodie for the past month. But,
yeah, I did notice, but I didn't want to say anything. But today it just looks a bit. Yeah, Kenny got that Kenny look there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Decent. Okay, John Aldino, talk us through this. Obviously, we're waiting for the kickoff here. Talk us through this game. This feels like an important game for different reasons for both teams. So, why is it an important game for Chelsea today?
Just to keep up the momentum. I mean, we haven't lost in 9, 8, 9, 10 games.
Not under Tuchel, have you?
Not under Tuchel, correct. And we've got a long history against Liverpool, and we're just good to beat them. I mean, we, apart from Atletico Madrid, we haven't had like a top 4 team, so to speak. So just to continue the momentum and just to get 3 points to get into the top 4, closer to the top 4, especially after the weekend. Something that we need. So,
would you say that this is Tuchel's biggest test since he's been in the role, or would you put that on Atletico Madrid?
In the league, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But every game against so-called top 4 is one of his biggest games. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. Because every time there's like a weekend like we just had, other teams dropping points, people outside the top 4, they don't capitalize on it. It's happened with Tottenham, it's happened with Chelsea, it's happened with United loads of times. And I just have a weird feeling that even though I said I think Chelsea are going to win 2-1 in the group chat, anything could happen today. I got to back my team. So yeah, man. TT's got the wheel, it's handling it. Yeah, and hopefully it's just kicked off.
Yeah.
On Sky Sports, and hopefully, we can.
Other providers are available.
Yeah,
not for this game. Not for this game. Yeah, man. Got to win.
Okay, so John Aldino saying 2-1. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jay Mills, what were you saying?
I said 1-1. I just think, and I'm not just sitting on the fence. I just think they're going to cancel each other out. And I think with this league, I think they might see it as bigger fish to fry. There's like other games where they know they can go all out, leave some gaps at the back and all the rest of it. I just think they both might be very aware of each other. Looks like there's a chance here, but it might have been an offside there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think if anyone's going to win, I think it will be Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go for a draw.
Decent. I like that. Do we know the lineups? Does anyone want to run us through the lineups that we've got on today? If anyone's got it right in front of them.
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Yes.
So obviously we've got Allison in goal. Obviously he's
Back again.
away and he's back again after the tragic news of his father.
Mm.
We've got Trent, Fabinho, Robinson, and Kabak. Kabak's obviously starting today. It's a big test for him.
Mm.
You've got Curtis Jones, Wijnaldum, Thiago, Salah, Mane, and Firmino. So front three, no changes. Yeah, I mean, they've got riddles of injuries, aren't they? So they've got no choices really. I mean,
Right.
they've brought this new cat in, but it doesn't seem that he's earned the trust yet of Klopp, because he doesn't seem to be getting much game time.
Who's that Kabak?
No, what's the one they brought from
Ben Davies.
Ben Davies, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, the other centre back.
Yeah.
Did you see on Twitter mainly? It was Liverpool fans all saying, "Our Ben Davies is 10 times better than Spurs." It's like, bro, we agree with you. Like you're not scoring points here. What are you trying to prove? we want him out as well.
Oh dear. I mean, he hasn't even made the bench. But good news for Liverpool supporters, they do have Diogo Jota on the bench. I don't know whether he's made the bench in any of the previous games and not got on, but from my recollection,
Apparently he hasn't.
Yeah, so this is his first time on the bench since being injured. So that's great news for them.
For sure.
Trying to get back into that top four. For Chelsea, big man Mendy, old man Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, Kante in the middle with Jorginho, Chilwell, Reece James, Werner, Ziyech, and Mount. So yeah, would that be? Have they got three at the back, and they've got a Chilwell and Reece James as wing backs.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. 3-4-2-1.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Sometimes it's like 3-2-2-2-1 or something.
Mm.
Yeah. Solid. Go on. Sorry.
No. Carry on.
Dan. Great. I was gonna say it's a solid team. It's a solid team there. A little Freudian slip there.
Easily confused.
Yeah, solid team there for Chelsea. I don't think they've got any big hitters missing.
The big one for me is Hudson-Odoi, man. I don't know why he's not playing. And why we've got freaking Ziyech playing. Like, I just don't get it. You know,
I mean, you gotta get a tune out of him, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, but you know what? He might be the person that can like pick up the ball in the field and like unlock gaps. I said it last week, but he's like a player that he needs a lot of chances to get that final pass to somebody, and it's frustrating. Like when we played Burnley, he hit that long diagonal ball over to Chilwell so many times, but apparently he's got a wonder of a left foot. So, you know, whatever. But yeah, hopefully he can do something, especially with like a new centre back pairing.
I think he's been disappointing. I mean, came with a lot of reputation.
Yep.
He's got less assists than Willian right now. So yeah, that's
yeah. It's not hard though, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got 4, and Willian's got 5. I mean,
but Willian plays almost every game, right? I don't know.
Oh?
Tell me if I'm wrong. No. My bad. Sorry.
No. He does come off the bench, but I think he's only started. As far as I'm aware, I think he's only started like twice. I think he started against Fulham and then he started against Leicester. Other than that, he's usually come off the bench. He usually comes off the bench. He may have started a few cup games here and there, but in the league, I don't really remember him starting. The thing I tend to sort of see when I watch sort of any Arsenal fan channels is people moaning like, "Why did you bring him on instead of Martinelli?" or "Why did you bring him on instead of Pepe?" So from my recollection, he's usually like coming on, 15, 20 minutes to go and then not really making an impact. But
yeah, it's true.
He has done in his last couple of games. He has made an impact. So yeah, I mean the weather's changing. Some of these players, man, when the sun comes out, they start to perform. So hopefully we'll see the best of not only Willian but maybe a few other players like Ziyech as well.
Yeah, for sure. Dan's in the chat asking if Werner can score today.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, what are you seeing from, because obviously the beginning of the season, Werner's not having a great time. Tuchel comes in, we're thinking maybe there'll be a bit of a German connection there. How has he been since, what is it? Did you say 9 games? Who Tuchel came in?
8 or 9 games.
Right. Has there been a change in, even if he isn't getting the goals and assists, the body language, the movement, where he is?
So he's had spells where he's played really well. So like the Newcastle game in particular.
Right.
In the Atletico game, he put a shift in. He looks the same. I don't see a massive difference because he'd be doing the same thing under Lampard, just not scoring or getting that final ball through. But yeah, man, it would be a great game for him to score.
A meaningful goal.
A meaningful goal, yeah. Not this people were saying that he scored a bicycle kick against Newcastle, but it was more like a unicycle kick or something. With the stabilizers and that. But yeah, man, it'll be nice, but hopefully we'll get a goal. Who's up top for us?
It is Werner.
Yeah, Werner,
yeah.
It is Werner. Okay. I didn't even see that. That's interesting. So Werner up top, and then behind him Ziyech and Mount?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Mount left side. Yeah.
Okay.
So far, Liverpool look the most. They've had a shot. Robinson had a shot. He dragged wide.
Dragged it wide, yeah.
And they seem to be having a bit of a dominant spell at the moment.
Yeah.
What is a point? Because I read this week that Tuchel's on an 18-month contract.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that standard for? Because obviously Chelsea is a bit of a merry-go-round of managers. There is that standard, or so? What is the aim? What is the aim for Tuchel coming in?
If you can do well, we'll extend it. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Hopefully,
right.
He comes in, he can hopefully give the team a bit more experience in terms of tactics. Try and get something out of the German lads, and just make us look more organized. There was a lot of chat saying that under Lampard, nobody knew what they were doing.
Right.
Lampard wouldn't speak to people at months on end, which doesn't sound right.
What are your thoughts on that? What was your analysis?
There's no smoke without fire. So it's concerning that every time something happens, not just for Chelsea but for other teams, there's always a mole for each team laying something out, which is crazy. You think you want to keep it under wraps, but social media is so easy for someone to put in a fake account and start spreading rumors.
Yeah.
Especially with have you seen what happened in Barcelona?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that actually because I don't properly know what happened, but if you could fill us in.
Yeah, so basically the old president Bartomeu, he was arrested on Monday with a bunch of other people affiliated with Barcelona and his team. That was a good touch by Werner. Ooh. Hits a shot over the bar. That was quality though.
That was good. That was a good touch, good control, but
that's a little touch, but the finish snatched at it.
Is he left-footed? Right-footed?
Right.
Right-footed. Oh, okay.
Right, yeah. I think if he would have hit it on target, I think it would have hit the defender. So in Barcelona, the old ex-president got raided and arrested because apparently he helped set up a company, social media company, that was basically slandering players, ex-players, Guardiola, allegedly, because he knew that people didn't like him. When I want to say that he brokered Neymar out of there and Dani Alves, and as soon as they left, they were saying stuff about Barcelona, about Bartomeu, how like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's one of the reasons why I left, etc., etc. So apparently he was slandering the team he's meant to be like in charge of. Crazy.
It makes no fucking sense, man. I can't get my head around that. For what benefit exactly? To keep hold of them, to make them less attractive? What? To what end?
I don't know, man. I don't know, because you think you want your better players to improve the team.
Yeah.
And not drive them out, but like, it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Maybe it's a power trip. I don't know. This is my team. I want it to run like this, and I don't care about anyone else.
Yeah.
Which happens, but what are you gonna do?
We've got a great question in the chat from Luke Beasley. Shout out. Is Ozan Kabak really the best replacement Klopp could get for Virgil van Dijk? Johnny Mills, what are you saying?
Well, it's clearly not.
He hasn't won a game all season, I don't think. With because Schalke, he came from the bottom of the Bundesliga.
I
don't think
they got rid of him and replaced him with Mustafi. Like, come on, think about it. Like, playing Mustafi. Like, are they just shows. I don't know who's that worse a reflection on Mustafi or this guy, but yeah, I mean, clearly, if Henderson never got injured, we probably wouldn't see this guy. They brought him in. He's obviously not at the level, and they were probably going to keep him for maybe cup games or games that they think that they should win, your West Broms and stuff, that they probably overpower. But I don't know. It was a tricky transfer market. I mean, he's definitely not the best. I'm sure that they could have, tried to tease someone out of the Championship or someone like that. Someone a bit better. They did get obviously Ben Davies from there, but yeah, I don't know. Nobody spent really any big money. The best deal that probably from what I saw was Odegaard. That was like a name, and that was a loan. So clearly, it's having no fans on a weekly basis is killing the funds. I'm not sure, John.
I don't know much about him, to be honest. Sounds like you guys know more about Comeback than I do.
I've got him on my FIFA career mode, and he's absolute class.
Oh, for real?
yeah, he's absolutely class. He's like 87 rated or something. But
that says it all. So
when they signed him, I was like, oh damn, they mean business. But then I looked into it, I was like, actually, FIFA's not real life, is it?
Yeah, that's right. But if you have got career mode, go for it.
Yeah,
go for it.
Live the dream.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know what else. I mean, Luke, who could they have got, really? Who could they have really got?
That's true. Yeah, I think. But the thing is that to the best of my knowledge, Liverpool won the Champions League, didn't spend on any players. Minamino in the January, won the Premier League, bought in Thiago.
Yep.
And I don't know who else in that summer. Oh, Jota, of course.
Yeah.
So I feel like that. I don't know. I don't know where the money's going, but it feels like if Klopp wanted a class centre back, which he needed to replace Van Dijk, it feels like he could have got one.
The problem is, it's that Harry Kane syndrome, isn't it? It's like, who are you going to get that's going to go and sit on the bench? Yes, they'll play.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that's true.
I'm trying to think of somebody like decent. Somebody like a Scott Dann, for example, or Dunk. Like, they could have probably splashed out and got someone like Lewis Dunk. He'd be playing in this team now, but he'd know that as soon as
it's a chance.
As soon as nearly looked the keeper. As soon as Van Dijk comes back, you're not seeing that guy. You're not seeing him. Seeing him.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, the problem is it's just injuries, and I guess people will put it down to the whole COVID and the kind of back-to-back games trying to condense things, because they've got Matip, Gomez is out, you know what I mean? And now Henderson's out.
I think it's 4 defenders in total that are out.
Yeah, it's just bad luck, really. It is really bad luck.
For sure.
Everything that City had issues with last season, they're kind of having it.
Yeah,
totally.
And it does make it obviously clearly making a difference as it did for City.
Sure.
100%. So
as people are shot over.
We're 16 minutes in. Jonaldinho, what are you thinking so far of the game in general?
We're getting little half chances. Aside from that Timo one where he tried to lob the keeper, I think he should have just slotted it, but the ball did bounce up pretty high. We had a few chances which looked decent, but nothing pertinent.
I'm looking at his chance now. It's it's one of them ones here where he probably had more time than he thinks. If he tried to bring that down with his left back onto his right, then he's basically hammering that, keeper coming out, trying to smother him, just hammering it straight into the near post, sort of, but he's kind of not sure where Alisson is, and he's gone for the lob.
Also, it shows to me that kind of the question that you asked earlier, Greg, like what foot is he? Like another player could have let it go across him and he would have slotted it with his left. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would have done. But
if only you're up front, mate.
Yeah,
you're 1-0 up by this point. What are you worried about?
He's getting a lot of the ball at the moment. He's getting a lot of the ball.
You know what's weird about him, and this is a lot of his criticism. His first touch is looking baggy. Like, ball comes up to him, like just now, and he could have taken a touch, but the ball bounced up, and then he got taken out. And it's like, there's been a few times where, about 5 minutes ago, the ball came into him. He tried to take the ball and then knock it and turn at the same time. I would do it, but I can't show you. But he tried to take a touch and he hit his other leg, and then we lost possession. It's like, I don't know if that's a class thing between the Bundesliga and the Premier League, but he needs to fix up his first touch, man.
Yeah,
sure.
I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm. Once he gets in his stride and gets his rhythm, those kind of moves will just come off. And he's probably not out a little bit out. Timing wise is a bit out. But it's a decent game, man. I couldn't tell you who I think is going to get the first goal, if any. It's pretty even.
Yeah.
They've both had some speculative shots and some half chances. Nothing clear cut. No keepers made any telling saves at the moment.
What minute are you guys on?
So I'm on 19, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
I'm 3 seconds behind you, Dan. I mean,
Greg.
it's tied.
That's
I'm about the same as well. I'm about the same.
Okay, cool.
I'm behind you.
Okay, I'll try not to overreact if anything happens.
Yeah.
That's all good. But go on. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, no, it's just you were saying about first touch, and my God, today after the weekend, Gareth Bale's touch today, first touch was just appalling, man. I've never known a team to be so bipolar as Tottenham. I can't get my head around it. I cannot get my head around it. It had echoes of our December, January period of we started off really sluggish. Fulham the middle of the park was really congested. We were barely getting a touch on it, barely stringing a pass together. Fulham really could have got something in that first 5-10 minutes. And then we got a goal, which Dele Alli, it was given as an own goal in the end, but Dele Alli, brilliant work, really happy for him. But the second half, it should have been 1-1, really. I mean, I'm happy with us winning, but it's one of those dirty victories. You feel dirty afterwards. Do you know what I mean? It's not a satisfying one at all. And I think I said before in the group chat, it's if we play like we played against Burnley, we should sail. But it's dangerous. It's really dangerous the way we play. And, Harry Kane really didn't have a good game either. Should have got at least 2 goals, I think.
On the contrast, Tommy Gunn, XV 15, says, your man Gazabel had a long run back in the day for Spurs without winning a game, and he turned out all right, Greg.
You know, Gareth Bale, I said this about a month or two ago, I think. I said that the night is still young for Gareth Bale, and I think we are seeing shades of him getting better. I said it on the podcast earlier in the week. You know, he's saying that he feels fitter, he knows his body. Mourinho's talking a bit more positively about him. So, you know, I think that the end of the season, if we get Dele Alli back, he hadn't started a game in 172 days. He hadn't started a Premier League game before today.
Premier League game, okay.
Yeah, Premier League game, sorry. And if we can get Bale back as well, Son and Kane, then, you know, we've got quite a good front four. It's just a shame about the back. We've got Matthew Doherty, who is just stealing a living as a footballer.
Yeah. What's the thing with him? Like, apparently, I didn't see him at Wolves. Did he do bits at Wolves or like?
So I didn't really see him, but my understanding is that he was playing as a little bit more of a right wing back and a bit more advanced, whereas Jose's playing him a lot more as right back, but doing a bit of both, and he just does not have the athleticism to get back. He can get up, but then he can't get back in time. He's just not got the athleticism for it.
Alonso syndrome, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And I've got a little bit of time for that. I understand that. You're playing in a different system. But fuck me, it's some basic errors. Stupid stuff, like just miscommunication. Instead of... there was one point today where Bale had about two men on him, passes it to Doherty to get a cross in, but Doherty runs into Bale and the two defenders and then loses the ball. It's like, mate, what are you doing? Like, that's just basic stuff. I can do that. I understand that, what we're trying to do there.
Yeah.
And in the Europa League the other day, he went to control the ball and it just went under his foot and to the opposition. It's just real schoolboy errors that you think, what the fuck is this man doing wearing a football shirt? What is he doing?
That's crazy.
Oh, big chance.
Oh, I see it now. Oh, Werner! Oh, yeah! Wait,
there we go. We are 1-0. I was waiting for everyone to catch up before I reacted.
Timo. Okay.
We are 1-0 up. Chelsea, Liverpool. Jonadinho, talk us through it. What's happened?
I basically broke the line, and somebody just knocked the ball over for Timo. Timo gets there before Alisson and flicks it in before a defender caught up with him.
There we go.
That's quality. I'm sure there's going to be a VAR check.
I think everyone... No, he was well onside.
Yeah, he was onside. He was on.
Yeah.
He was on.
I think everyone... Score prediction is still on apart from Johnny Mills.
No, I said 1-1, mate.
He said 1-1. He said 1-1.
Did you say 1-1? I thought you said 0-0.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, surely.
Fence again.
Ooh.
All right, we're checking with VAR for a possible offside. Another Alison Klanger. Dan BTF is saying.
Let me ask you something.
These lines,
we watched the Atletico Madrid. Yeah, he's on. He's on with the... Who's 26? Robertson.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's on. He's got to be on.
What we got?
It says offside.
Offside?
Offside with who?
With what?
He's still waiting on a VAR check for offside. Oh, fuck me. It's been ruled out. Fuck me.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Fuck me.
My God.
I don't even care and I'm pissed off. This game literally has no impact on me and I'm pissed off by that. So what was offside exactly? Can anyone in the chat, anyone see any Twitter or any replays of it? Can we see what exactly was offside? His armpit, his pubic hair?
I don't know, man.
Stupid at this point.
Maybe it was his shorts, like...
Shorts, yeah. Oh, man.
That's a joke. That is a joke. You think it's on? Dan says his upper arm. He's guessing. It's an arm, like that's so dumb.
You physically can't squat your arm. So why would that even matter? Oh, this VAR, man. I think I remember last season on the podcast I was saying, you know, VAR has been shit this year, but hopefully we've had a season to learn it and get better and improve. This season, it feels like it's just got worse. It's got more infamous. It's all we talk about really with football games.
Yeah, it's too
John, John muted. Does he know he's muted?
You know.
Yeah, sorry guys, I was on mute there. Go on.
Yeah, no, John, Virginia, carry on.
No, it's just too picky. Like, I mean, they should make it more simpler. They should make it a lot more simpler, just so that everyone can understand it. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
daylight.
That's all. Yeah, daylight.
Yeah. Daylight rule.
Oh, that. I'm looking at that now. That is horrendous decision. Horrendous.
Right.
That would not have been given. Like what the amount of goals that would have been ruled out in history.
Yeah.
If that was given.
They're pointing at his upper arm. Yeah. So there's like a line underneath his arm. What?
But what exactly?
That.
How are you? When you're running forward and you lean, it's just balance, isn't it? You can't. Oh man,
that's
horrendous. Got a question in the chat by James Crange.
James Crange, shout out. Good to see you, man.
What's the worst VAR call you guys have seen?
That one.
That one.
Yeah. Or any of them. Pick them. How long have you got, mate?
It's so bad.
I think
the problem is it's gone, Greg.
I'm gonna remember it really, really poorly. Someone's gonna have to fact check me on this, but I think it was a Tottenham game against either Brighton or Sheffield United where Lucas fell out. We were like 1-0. Big chance.
I remember. I think that was Brighton.
Was it Brighton? Yeah, I think we were 1-0 down at that point, and we went to lose 3-0. But he literally fell and he put his arms out to protect himself from falling and inadvertently hit the ball with his hand and then got back up and I think he scored. But it was ruled out for an offside, rolled out for handball. But he'd fall on his fucking face if he didn't put his arms out. He just inadvertently got the ball. So
yeah,
I think that's one of my worst.
Ricochet in there as well. When he was
right.
Ricocheted back off the defender as he fell, and then and it was just like there's no way that's an intentional handball.
It's fucking stupid. Yeah,
I would say I'd probably say that one actually. I remember watching it, and he was like that as well. And it didn't even it was kind of like there, and as he was like falling, and then he got up, and the ball was still there, and he carried that. When I saw that, I was like, that is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. That's probably one of the reasons why they changed the handball rule. I mean, when you're changing rules mid-season, you got something.
Yeah, we spoke about that. Like, there's no integrity in the game if you keep on changing the rules mid. It's so dumb.
Well, how are players meant to understand it? How are managers meant to work around it? How are fans meant to understand? There's no understanding. There's not even like really the communication between the Premier League and fans. Yeah. So it's no wonder we all get bemused by this.
Trying to cut free, but good defending as well.
How does that affect the Chelsea mentality going forward? Does it make you want to get another one? Does it make you feel a bit beaten down?
It looks like we're kind of beaten down. I mean, Liverpool on top of us now. Looks like we've lost. Like we're a bit deflated. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's weird seeing so we covered the Atletico game last Thursday, and today we saw like the Premier League's VAR lines and all that. But when we watched the Champions League game, we were just waiting, watching the players. It's funny watching the players, and it's like some kind of like theater, like oh, is there a goal? Is there a goal? What's happening? What's happening? And you could kind of hear some of the talking as well, which is quite nice instead of like commentary. So yeah, man, it's interesting. He looks like he's... Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say we've got a few questions. So one directed at me: am I rooting for more goals, or do I want to have the right prediction? My prediction is a cynical one because these games are always the big games, but they tend up being a bit of a snooze fest, like a 1-0 or a 0-0. But yeah, the more goals, the better. And that was what I was leading into with the VAR chat. It feels like we're aiming to have as little goals in games as possible. It feels like everything goes to VAR with, okay, how can we rule this out? Rather than, how is this a goal? It feels like such a cynical way of looking at football and officiating. I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, sorry, I was just watching the move break down there. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Totally agree. It's they should be trying to, I think a few years ago they changed the rule to try and get more goals because things were being like, ruled out and stuff like that. And I swear that we have had the daylight rule before. Am I imagining it? I feel like we have, and then
Yeah.
they've just gone back on it, and now there's less. So it's just ridiculous. Like they should just left it as it is. What it is all these toffee-nosed men in suits that actually cannot score a penalty blindfolded. Well, with a goalkeeper blindfolded, and they just messing up the game. And there's just these money men making, trying to make themselves important, making these rules to try and improve the game, to give themselves a job. It's almost like they've ruined it on purpose, and then fixing it on purpose, fixing it, and then ruining it and fixing it so they can stay in a job.
Right.
Give them something to do. Because really, it was fine how it was with the daylight. It was fine how it was. If somebody's arm is offside or their shoulders leaning offside while the player's trying to play them offside and they're going the other way, but there's nothing really in it. It's just maybe a torso in it. And that was against Arsenal. I'd be like, it's not clearly offside. It's not clear, and it's to stop goal hanging, and no one goal hangs anymore.
Right.
So just keep it daylight or any part of your body that you could score a goal with, or it's one or the other. Like if you know what I mean? If someone's hands offside, if you can't score with your hand, so that's
right.
So that's onside, but if like someone's whole body's offside, then yeah, I don't know. They need to just have a rule and stick to it. Because at the moment, it's like anything, any part of your body at all, a fingernail, a toe,
yeah,
a backside, to go back to the Villa game. It's like, come on, man. That just like if someone else was, there, then they'd be onside. It's just ridiculous. It's just totally ridiculous. Just leave the game as it is. You can still get your thousands of pounds a year. Stop making these stupid rules and ruining the game.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Weird question. Is the offside rule the same for every country?
Imagine it's all different officiating. I think offside's offside. Offside's offside, but maybe everyone takes... I mean, I feel like we definitely probably take more liberties with it, but I don't watch foreign football.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, you think that... So from my understanding, FIFA, I want to say FIFA, or maybe UEFA, they basically just let each governing body deal with it, right? Yeah, man, that's weird, man.
Yeah, we've got a really good question here that I want to put to you both. From Steve Molyneux, shout out. Don't forget to like the stream. Everyone watching really helps us out. And subscribe, actually, as well. Brilliant content coming your way, as always.
Lovely plug there. Lovely plug.
Okay, so IFAB meeting tomorrow, IFAB, I imagine. What would your top 3 agenda points be? So
handball.
IFAB. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Offside.
Handball, offside. Third one.
Extending the Europa League places to 10 teams. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
You think they're going to talk about... Wait, who's IFAB?
Be an officiating football association, something. I don't know.
So they don't deal with money, right?
Don't know. What would you bring up? What would be your...
I mean, surely like there's got to be a leniency on I can't remember what the term is, but like
financial fair play.
Financial fair play. FFP, yeah, there you go. Surely there's got to be leniency on that, just so that you have certain players that don't want to be at a team and they can like leave at like a good price. I mean, it would be a nice time for transfer prices to like go back to normal after like Neymar and all that. Do you know what I mean? It'll be amazing for like just to see like, okay, 30 million is a lot now because we're not making money and we can't spend money. So it could be like the new norm. Especially when when people say like a lot of the revenue comes from tickets and people buying shirts, etc. And I know there's certain clubs, I can't remember off the top of my head, but certain clubs are losing sponsorship on losing kit sponsors, for example. So yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see like transfer prices go down.
I get that. I do agree, because I think like there is such a difference in, you've got these like state-owned clubs and these massive clubs that can do hundreds of million. How can they still be in the same transfer market as your Crystal Palaces, your Fulhams, these clubs? How can it all be the same transfer market? I'm not saying that there needs to be sort of two separate markets, but you're completely right. That Neymar transfer completely inflated everything.
Yeah, because they had Neymar, and then the next season they had Mbappe, and it's like, I don't know how much that cost. Like, surely it was like $300.
Mbappe went. It was a buy to loan, wasn't it? Or
it was a loan to buy.
Loan to buy.
So to like get around FFP, they loaned him the same year, right?
I think so.
Yeah, if not the year after, and then they bought him the year after that. So it was like loopholes, man, loopholes.
It's crazy.
That was a ball.
You know what? This is a decent game.
It's decent.
Give us your analysis, lads. Johnny Mills. What are you saying about the game?
I'd say it's quite end to end. It's not like lots of patient build up. It's like
both, it's not chess.
And this is what I like. And I thought it would be chess. I mean, so far I said it was a draw. It is still a draw, but I'm not trying to like say, oh, it was an amazing thing. I thought it was going to be a boring game. That's why I was calling it a draw. I thought it would be chess, but no, it's not for the want of trying. Well, it hasn't been a goal, and you've had one wrongly ruled out, in my opinion, of ridiculous offside. But they're looking to break the lines and play forward passes. They're not like just keeping it at the back and like, and that's I guess that's why these teams are where they are and we are where we are. You've got, when somebody gets it in midfield, they're looking to play forward all the time in this game, and I think it's making it a good game, because even though some of the passes like that one we just saw there from Robinson was obviously inaccurate, it was headed away, not the one before, the one just now, and obviously the one he crossed in, but like, they're trying, and one of them's going to come off, which is why we're getting a lot of these shots. We're getting a lot of shots from just outside the box and these near misses or slightly underhit crosses. They're both teams are really going for it. So fingers crossed we'll get some goals.
I hope so too.
Just a confirmation on what IFAB is. It's 4 FIFA reps and 1 rep from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, and it's basically a rule makers meeting.
Yeah, laws of the game.
Rules of the game. To break the rules, you've got to know the rules. No one knows the fucking rules.
Yeah, yeah. They'll probably introduce something, and then it will change in a year's time.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think VAR's in. Is it in the Bundesliga and Serie A? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah,
I think there's other countries that are nailing it. They are knowing how to use it. I don't know if they had it before us.
I think the whole point, England got it a year later,
right?
Just to let the kinks out. But it seems like we're having all the problems.
Do you know what it is?
No.
In this country, we're the only country to have a professional referees association.
Right.
So our refs are professionals.
You could have fucked me. You could have fooled me.
Yeah, they're professionals. Like they don't tend to, when they get into the Premier League and stuff, they don't tend to have other jobs. Like they're getting, a decent salary, good working man salary, if not more, 50, 60, 70 grand a year, just to ref.
Okay.
They might have other businesses and other things they're doing.
Right.
But in other countries, they're not professional referees. So there's a less of a battle when it comes to these rules. If the rule makers are saying, "Oh, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to do this," they'll just kind of they just do it. Whereas in this country, kind of you've got the Professional Referees Association pushing back on certain things, saying, "Oh no, the ref should be the one to decide. We don't need to go to the monitor." That's why it was taking so long for us to go to the monitor, because they were like, "No, we're taken away from the professional refs, and they need to make the decision." And there's all this kind of backwards and forwards. But it's crazy that that's a situation when our refs are like horrendous, and you know, but we're the ones professional refs, you know, rather than, you know, they don't get the refs in the Spanish Premier League. I forgot the name of it, just completely popped out. The Liga, yeah. They don't get paid as much as the referees do in this country, sort of thing. So it's just, I think that's got something to do with it as well. You know, and they are highly protected. The chance here. Oh,
big chance.
That's in. That's a goal. That's not offside.
And it's 1-0. 1-0 to Chelsea. Jonaldinho. Talk us through it, Jonaldinho. What's happened here?
All right, so Mason Mount picks up the ball at the edge of the left-hand side of the box, cuts inside.
It was a great ball.
It was a great ball.
Who played that? Was that Kante?
Let me try and hold up a little bit about. Yeah, so it looked like Kante hits it over the top. Mount picks it up, stands up the defender.
Love those goals.
Cuts inside, slots in bottom right. That's quality. It should be 2-0. I don't care, man. 2-0.
2-0. There we go. It's 2-0.
My prediction is still available.
Love those kind of goals. I mean, for anyone that's kind of played football, do you know how difficult that is?
Oh, it was really good.
Mental.
Hit that, yeah?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that to get to that, It seems so easy because they do it all the time. But on the move, to get curl on that ball, to like, you know, fly outside the post and bring it back is quite difficult to do.
Well, with you moving, the ball moving, like everything has to align.
But him running at an angle is the best way to hit that ball. He's like kind of like how Beckham takes free kicks from the angle. So like him running, come on, coach, you should know this.
I know. I'm just saying it's difficult.
It's difficult. But yeah, man, I'm gassed right now. 1-0.
Amazing. That's
right before half.
Yeah, that would be good for them.
There's a couple minutes left plus switch time, so
that's good.
Yeah, man.
Can't say it's not deserved. I'm not against the run of play. I think they have had the better of the chances.
Chelsea, you're saying?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Liverpool had a few shots, but they haven't really been in.
Like
like we had with Werner when he flicked it. You know, he should have scored that. The goal itself.
Mane should have.
Yeah, what happened there? We sort of skated over that. I don't know what minute it was in, but Mane
about 10 minutes ago. I think.
Yeah, so the ball got hit over the top. And I don't know if he lost the flight of the ball in the lights or something. I don't know. He just like miskicked it.
He's gone to do it first time.
Yeah.
He's gone to hit it first time. He probably could have had a touch.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got confirmation that the assist was from Kante.
Kante, yeah, man.
It was Kante, okay.
Incredible ball.
Yeah, it was a ball.
How's he been this season?
Great run.
He's coming back to his best. You know, his first game back after his injury was against you guys, I think. Came on for like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes just to shore up.
Didn't watch that game, I'll be totally honest.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
I'm totally defeated by that.
Oh, about that. But like, he's very, very slowly coming back to his best. Yeah, man. It's good to see him back as well, because there's a lot of talk about, you know, him losing it because of all these injuries. He hasn't been the same since the World Cup.
Okay.
Because even in the final, I remember he looked out of it and he got taken off early. I think he was just burned out.
Right.
And he hasn't looked the same. He's kept getting, I want to say, hammy issues. But yeah, man, he's finally getting back to his best.
Yeah, he's a world-class player. He will make any team he joins better.
I know.
I just don't like talking about him because I just get angry that Wenger decided to go for Granit Xhaka and over him that season when he was available, you know. And how much did Chelsea get him for? Was it 30 million?
That was a bargain.
30 million.
Bargain.
Wow.
And that same season, when we were looking for a midfielder, and it was like, yeah, we're going to get midfielder, you know, we could have, you know, I think it was agency fees. I think they didn't want to. I think it was an agency fee or something that Wenger didn't. Wenger was weird. Like, didn't want to deal with certain people, no third parties, this, that, and the other. And
Yeah, I
didn't want
remember
to
that.
pay
Yeah.
the agency fee that for Kante. So he went and got Granit Xhaka, and we've been out of the Champions League since.
Crazy, isn't it, man?
Yeah, that's
not
why
sure
you
that
need
was
someone like Marina Granovskaya to like.
Mm.
She's got so many bargains. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's half time, lads. That's half time.
Lovely.
That's a good end. That was good end to half for Chelsea. That'll be a lot of. There'll be a positive feeling in the Chelsea dressing room. What about Liverpool? Obviously, we've not really got a spokesperson, but we do need to cover their angle. What is Klopp saying to them at half time? Where are the goals coming from? What's happening in the second half? John Ardino.
They need to control the game. They need to try and get the ball more and like get some passes together. It seems like they see everything and then they're trying to counter, which they, in theory, they can because they have so much pace and they have so much power up top with Mane, with Salah, but they just need to take control of the game. You know, have a bit more possession and actually start playing the ball around. Make us do the chasing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. What would you do, Jonathan, if you were the Liverpool coach?
I mean, it's not that bad at the moment. It's only 1-0, and they have had a few opportunities. I think they definitely need to stop the supply. There's been quite a few of those forward balls, and obviously they've nearly scored from two of them. Obviously one offside and the other one, and they need to it seems like they're a couple of percent off. I think he needs to really, I'm not saying go crazy at him, but he needs to somehow juice this lemon. He really needs to squeeze out as much, another 10% out of them, because I think Kante's got too much time in there. Sometimes they're getting their head up a bit too much. You're not used to Liverpool playing that way. You're used to them pressing all the time and teams struggling to get out. And it could be fatigue and stuff like that. They're not able to press with the same intensity, but they need to try. They need to try. I would say, if it was me, I'd say keep going. There's a goal. There is a goal definitely in them. They've got some quality players in the front four. If Jota's fit, 65, 70 minutes, I'd definitely get him on. But yeah, they need to try and go for it a bit more. Just be a bit more braver. Try test the goalkeeper, because Mendy hasn't really had enough to do. He hasn't really had anything to do. So they need to try and test the goalkeeper a little bit more in the second half for sure. See if they can get a goal. And also as well, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, bring up the stats, but I don't really think there've been any corners.
He had one, I think.
There's been one corner for Chelsea, but none for Liverpool.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant for Liverpool. I don't think there's any corners.
There's if you want the full stats at half time, we've got 2 shots for Liverpool's. Got 6 for Chelsea. No shots on target for Liverpool. 2 Chelsea. 54% possession going towards Liverpool. Liverpool control the passes with 338 to Chelsea's 282. 4 fouls for Liverpool. 3 offsides for Chelsea. None for Liverpool, and 1 corner for Chelsea.
And a goal ruled out by VAR.
And a goal rolled out by VAR, exactly that.
Yeah.
That almost needs to be a statistic at this point. It's so frequent.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they do. They do need to have that in there. VAR. Yeah. Definitely throw that in. It is so frequent, isn't it? It's a good game.
And the live league table, of course, could change with the second half still to play. We've got Chelsea sitting in 4th on 47 points, and Liverpool sitting in 7th on 43 points.
Boy, Liverpool, boy, we're catching you, Levi. Tom, we're catching you up, man. Jeez, listen, if you not let us catch you up, I'll never let you live that down. Never ever.
I did want to talk to you about that, John. Now we're in half time. It seems like the perfect time. What's happening? What's the latest with Arsenal? Because I feel like it's been up and down. Where I struggle to keep up, mainly because I don't particularly watch Arsenal games. But
yeah, of course.
Where are Arsenal at the moment? Are they in a good place? What kind of place are they in?
They're in a good place. I think if you would have coming into February, you've got two games against Benfica, Europa League, last 32 games. You got Leeds, Leicester, and City. If you would have said that we would have got the next round and got 6 points from those games, I would have snatched your hand off. I would have snatched your hand off, especially with the form that City were in. So, yeah, and although it was a feeble lettuce-like performance, the only positive is we didn't get battered. We never held a 5 or a 6-1. So, you've got to take the positives from that. I'm not saying, I'm not for 1 minute going, at least we didn't get battered, but you've got to take the positives because they are ruining a lot of teams. So I would have taken that. So, yeah, we've had a good February. We've got an equally hard March. We've got you guys. Obviously, we've got 2 legs against who we got?
Olympiacos,
who knocked us out last season at the last 32. Bad
blood.
A bit of bad blood there. I think we got Burnley this weekend.
Right.
Well. So I'm not sure if there's anyone else we've got. But again, if there is another Premier League game in there, if we could get 7 points and get through to the next round, I'd take that. A draw against Spurs, and obviously win the other games. I'd definitely take that. I think it's hard because every time that Arsenal do well, it looks like we're turning a corner. And you look at the way we're playing. I mean, the way we played Leicester with an understrength team, we beat Leicester with an understrength team was a really good quality game. They can say they didn't have Maddison, but we didn't have Saka, Aubameyang. We had El Neni. We didn't have Ceballos. Smith Rowe got injured early doors. We had Mari at the back. With David Luiz, so Gabriel weren't playing. There was no Bellerin. Right, it's a first team. I wouldn't want him there anyway, but it's a first team. So yeah, we kind of played an understrength team, and we beat them. So that's a good sign. I think he's trying to do a Pep thing, but he has without Pep players.
Arteta, you mean?
Yeah. Arteta's trying to do a Pep thing without Pep players.
Right. Okay.
Where sometimes City could just rotate. That's why people don't have them a lot in fantasy football. You only have your the main players.
Yeah.
Your De Bruyne's and that because they're going to play Gundogan at the moment. But Arsenal like doing that, whereas it's usually with City, it's like, okay, you don't know whether Mahrez is going to play 1 week or Sterling's going to. He's doing that, but it's like, no, we ain't got those.
Yeah.
We ain't got that luxury. Leicester was a one-off. We ain't got that luxury now. You need to play the best players all the time. I think the only thing for me I really want now is just to try and go on a run without losing. Even if we do a United and stink the place out against one of the top teams, like Spurs, if we can stink the place out, get a 0-0, move on to the next, beat your Burnleys, the Sheffield Uniteds, and whoever else, and see where we can finish. I mean, top 6 is what I think should be the goal for Arteta and the team, because if you look at the table, we're not that far away. I mean, we've got 37 points. Yes, we've got a game in hand. But West Ham are in 6th with 45 points. We've got the same amount of games. So we're only, quick maths, 8 points behind with, 12 games to go.
This is true, yeah.
Come on, man. We can't. Between Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, we cannot let West Ham get in.
It doesn't run. I've told you this.
We cannot do that.
It doesn't run. We all, on this call, we all support London teams. I'd rather see any of our teams qualify for Europe, but rather than West Ham. That just does not run.
Nah, we can't. We can't let Antonio go in.
Can't let it happen.
Start running wild. We can't do that. They need to step back. But you know what?
Right, if he goes from Tournament to Champions League football, that's a mazza. Yo, can you imagine that? Can you imagine?
No, I can't. I don't want to.
Right? I used to play for Bayer CFC, and now I play Champions League football. That's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know. There's playing Champions League football, and then there's being West Ham in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh, dear.
So who do you think we spoke about before? But after this weekend's results, what are you guys thinking?
For top 4, you saying?
Yeah. Or let's just say 2 to 4.
this is the thing. Like United have even looked a bit shaky recently, and especially against top. So I think it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to call. John, you jump in if you've got a more direct answer than me.
It's a really tough one, man. I just think week to week, you think, okay, especially like, Spurs, Arsenal, week to week, we pick up points. But so Leicester. Yes, they lost to us, but, they're not dropping points. I'm looking at West Ham and I think they just keep winning. They just keep winning. And if form stays as it is now, I can't see it changing too much than what it is now. Maybe Everton might get in there over Chelsea. I mean, Everton are playing well. Ancelotti's an elite manager, and he's doing the business over there. Or Chelsea could hold off and keep that place. I definitely think. I don't think Man United. I think there's enough lesser teams outside of the top six or the big six for them for Fernandes to destroy and Pogba to have a good game here and there, so I can't see them getting out of the top four. So I think City have run away with it now. I think Man United will be in the top four, and I probably think they will finish second. And then I'm going to go for Leicester and West Ham.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Leicester and West Ham.
Boy, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
One as well. I haven't got a clue.
I don't want it to be that one. I mean, the only thing, I'm more confident that West Ham are going to stay there than I am Leicester, just because of the injuries.
Yeah, and they do drop off a little bit at the end of the season.
Exactly, and they've lost Harvey Barnes now.
True.
Vardy's form has been off for a while now. He had the hernia up. He's come back. I think he's got a goal since then, one goal since then, or an assist. I can't remember which one. But his form had dipped a little bit just before the hernia, and he's come back and he ain't firing on all cylinders. Maddison's out at the moment. I'm not sure how long he's out for. Johnny Evans limped off. I'm not sure if there's anything long term in that, but he limped off against Arsenal. So yeah, I think if they get a few injuries, I think they could easily, especially what happened last year, they can easily slip out of it and someone else could jump in. But I'm liking Everton at the moment. They're doing well. They haven't had James Rodriguez throughout the whole, but they haven't had him throughout. He has had bouts off. I think he's gone off the boil a little bit. Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison's now scoring every game. Calvert-Lewin will discover that form again.
Yep.
It's going into a run-in. So I can see them definitely picking up one of them places for sure, Everton, if Leicester ain't going to, maintain that consistency. I don't know. I mean, it would be good to see Everton in there. It would be good. Everton are a good team. They've been in the Premier League for a while. It would be good to see it. But yeah, I don't know. It could be there's so much games left. There's 12 games left.
Yeah.
I'm quietly hoping that Arsenal climb up the table, but I think the best we can hope for as Arsenal is top 6 or 7th. I think 7th gets Europa League, doesn't it?
Depending on
it depends on who wins the Carabao Cup and
yeah. Depends on like domestic cups, I think.
Yeah. Potentially, it can go from 5th to 7th.
Yeah.
If we can get, I can't see us winning the Europa League. So if we can get top 6, go on a good run and get top 6. You'd have to take it. I don't think Arsenal. To be fair, I wouldn't want the Champions League at the moment. Because we're not suddenly like we're going to get loads of money. There's going to be, yes, we might get a bit more money to spend, but who are we going to buy really that's going to elevate us to that level? We'll go in there, we'll just barely make it through the group stage and just get slapped up in the next round. So I think until we get rid of the deadwood, Bellerin might be going at the end of the season. Xhaka needs to go. We can't win anything with Xhaka apart from FA Cup. I think we need some reinforcements and to get the squad ready for a Champions League push for sure. Yeah,
I understand that. You definitely need that the rotation in the squad and that depth to be able to be respectable in the Premier League and in the Champions League and then the domestic cups for sure.
What about Spurs, mate? What about Spurs? Sorry.
I feel like it's very easy to be defeatist in the moment, and I certainly have been. I have despaired with Spurs this season, but there's still potential that we can get something out of this season. Of course, I wouldn't be worried if we finish, I don't know, as you say, 7th, 8th, maybe, if we can get something out of the Europa League, because I think that we really can if we try to. Purely because of not only, I said on the podcast this week, not only because of our draw against Dynamo Zagreb, but the other draws as well. You get a lot of big teams knocked out. Either way, you got United against Milan, Arsenal, Olympiacos. If we make a push for the Europa League and we end up winning it, it'll be worth it. And then the Carabao Cup, I always forget about that final. I don't know, against City, we'd be lucky, of course, but they've only got 2 losses this season and we're one of them. And if there's one manager you want in a cup final like that, it's Jose Mourinho. So there's still something we can get out of the season, and I'm hopeful for that. I'm not expecting anything because it's us, but yeah, I think I'd be willing to sacrifice, that 5th, 6th position for 7th or 8th or 9th, maybe, if we can get something out of the Carabao and the Europa League, maybe.
Yeah, good shot.
We've got some. Sorry, John Odinio. No, carry on.
So the teams will come back out, and it looks like Fabinho's on.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was it.
Didn't he start? Fabinho started, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he started.
Yeah, he started.
Did he start?
Yeah, he was at the back. He was playing in the back.
Oh, my bad. You know what? I'm not going to lie, yeah. I did not know it's him, and I did not know it's Jorginho.
That says a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, back to you, Greg.
We've got some questions in the chat that I want to go to. So if Kante was 100% when he won with Leicester and the season after, what percentage of that is he now? John Ardino.
I want to say he's at like 80.
Okay.
He's been solid. Like he's putting shifts, just not consistently. So,
right.
There's still more to come, and that comes with fitness and a run of games. So yeah, I would say 80 for sure. What do you guys think?
I don't really watch enough of him to have an opinion on that.
Fair.
I won't lie.
Fair.
I'll take your word for it, of course. Jay Mills, do you want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, I would agree slightly. I'd probably say 70. I'd probably say 70. I think he's still, he's not going to be that player. He seems to have. I think the injuries and the whole bit of fatigue. He's played for two. He played 2 back to back. For 2 elite teams winning the title, and then obviously had the World Cup as well, or the Euros. Was it the World Cup or the Euros?
Yes.
So yeah, I think he's a little bit off, but also as well, another thing I don't think's helped is obviously having the different managers come in and playing him all over the place. Can't do that against specialists. He's a specialist type of player. You didn't see like Mourinho going, yeah, go on, Essie, and you go play Cam this week. It just didn't happen. He played where he played, Makaleli as well. And then they just, they honed their craft and the world-class players in those positions. Like, I'm not entirely sure who it was. Was it a Conte? Like, just
Sorry.
Was it Sarri? Yeah, it was Sarri just ruining man and popping up on the wing and bursting into the box and doing P-rollers. Like,
Yeah.
Not his game.
Yeah. It'll be good. It's weird because, like, he pops up with goals, even if he's not playing. When he was playing in like his regular position, he'll pop up with goals. I remember when he scored against Liverpool in the cup game, I think, and it was a banger. It was weird. He picked up the ball. We were losing like maybe 2-0. Picked up the ball, went past a couple players, they hit up bins, and then he scored again. I want to say he scored against Man United. He hit a P-roll and it went in, which is funny. So he's capable of that, but just not week in, week out.
Sorry to interrupt you there, John Odinio. I think we've got calls for a handball in the box here.
Uh-oh.
That's mad.
This angle's... Oh, come on.
Kante...
2 yards.
It's got...
Hands in an unnatural position, though.
So he's a little bit like this.
Yeah.
Could we be going to VAR? I haven't got commentary on. I don't know if we are. It doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't look like it.
So in that situation, how are we judging that, Jay Mills? You say about unnatural position.
His hand is definitely in a natural position, and with the current law they got at the moment, then that should be a penalty. I'd be just if I was a Liverpool fan, you know, the Levi and Tom, I'd be fuming right now.
What's going on? Is it not a handball?
No.
Just didn't go to VAR. Did it go?
Did
I
it go
don't
to
know.
VAR?
No,
I don't
wait, hold
know.
on.
No,
If
Dan
anyone,
says VAR said it's fine.
Okay, so it did go. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but my understanding is that it did go to VAR, but VAR is saying it's fine. 49th minute into the game, if anyone wants to sync up.
Oh yeah, I'm on 06 right now.
Yeah, I'm on a 10.
Nice. So yes, confirmation there from our researchers around the back. Went to VAR and they said it's okay.
Yeah. Well,
it's a mad thing, you know, because the Fulham goal got disallowed when the ball was his hand was at his leg, right into his leg. So it's like there's no consistency. I wonder if, like, for example, today the people at Stockley Park, I wonder if it's the same people from earlier.
This is the thing, isn't it? Because I get that there's an element of being subjective in that it's your understanding of the rules as a referee, but there has to be an objective, this is or this isn't. But it does not feel like that. It feels like it depends on what referee you get, and goes back to what you were saying earlier, John, about we've got referees that oppose rules and don't, and you know, all of this. What if you've got a referee who did oppose a rule, but the rule has come into force, and that comes up in his game, and he doesn't believe in it? You know, he very much could, if it's not part of his belief system, for want of a better phrase. He's not judging that the same as a referee who is in support of it, did vote for it, and does give it.
Yeah, totally agree.
But yeah, you would think it's, as Dan says, you would think it's the same team at Stockley Park from the game earlier.
I think it is. I think it is, because I remember with the David Luiz one, I think that's why there was so much uproar, because obviously a couple of hours later,
yes,
you get was it in a Liverpool game? I can't remember what the game was after.
I think it was, because we was talking about it in the chat.
Was it Liverpool City? Was it that day?
Was it Southampton? Yeah, it was Southampton. I think it was Liverpool Southampton. I think.
Okay.
Something like that, and Bednarek got
right
off, and it was pretty much a carbon copy of it, and they were like, they sent him off, and you know, it was very clear that, because the referee was like, no, I've given the penalty, that's enough, and then he was, you know, you could see he didn't want to, and he went to the monitor, and he was just like, what, man, what am I looking at? Like, you know, that's a penalty, and then deliberation comes in, and you could just see it in his body language, in his face. You know, he was just like, yeah, red card, man. I've been made to do this because of what happened earlier.
Right.
With David Luiz, you know, it's inconsistent. And then,
was he made to do it, or can he have a decision to
say no? He made his decision. He gave a penalty. He didn't go to VAR. He gave a penalty. They'll get ready to take the penalty, and then he's like, hold on. He's listening to the ear. He looked at it, kind of looked away. I think he started to walk away, then came back, and he was at ages looking at the same thing. But I'm like, why is he looking at it for? It's a penalty. Gave him the penalty. And like, they've clearly asked him to go look at it for another reason, because he's given the penalty. What have they asked him to look at it for? They've asked him to say, look, this is a possible red card, you know, and he didn't give a red card. He gave a penalty, and then he had to come back and give a red card. So it's like, you could tell that wasn't his decision. He already gave a yellow card, you know. There's
a few chances here for Chelsea. They're in good positions, but they can't manage to get it into the box.
Hell?
A lot of Liverpool bodies back there.
Yeah, Liverpool, man, they're struggling at the moment. They can't get out.
Yeah.
I could see another Chelsea goal here. They're really up for this, because Liverpool, there's twice now they've had the ball. When Kante slipped, they had it. They gave it back to Kante. He was on the floor. He was like, what? Got the ball back. And then, just then, you know, breakaway, Salah gives the ball away. So yeah, Chelsea, they're camped in. They're camped in their half, looking for the second.
And very calm with the ball, like taking a moment, taking a touch, looking around.
Yeah, and I think that's a stem of like our evolution from Sarri.
Right.
Like Sarri always wanted us to have the ball and always to keep control of the ball, and like we've like evolved from that with Jorginho.
Was a chance here.
Oh, you're a bit ahead of me.
Oh,
good save.
Good save.
And it's blocked off the line. I don't know who that was from.
Oh, man, this team look a shadow of themselves.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Even this break right now, I don't believe in it. I think they're going to lose the ball or go back.
Well, this is the thing with Liverpool. I mean, we can all talk about the defensive issues they're having with injuries and such, but even the attack just looks. Oh, they'll score now. No, of course not. Yeah. This will be when they say curse of the commentator.
Yeah.
But the attack, Liverpool attack recent, and in some games, you look at Burnley, Southampton, even here today, they look a little bit toothless. When last season they were taking no prisoners.
Yeah, it's mad you say that, and I totally agree. But I think Salah's still top goal scorer somehow.
Is he on?
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think Salah's on 13 or 14 goals.
He's on 17 goals.
17 Premier League goals.
17 Premier League goals. Bruno Fernandes behind on 15.
He's top goal scorer.
How's you're looking at them and you're thinking, when?
Where are they coming from?
He must have scored all 7 against.
Let's go to Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. I can't. To be fair, I've got him in my team, and he is up there. I think he's top 1 or 2 in fantasy. So he's got the points, he's got the goals. You just wouldn't assume it. If someone was to ask me now, and I didn't know that, I'd say like Bamford or something.
Right.
He just stands out more in my head as scoring goals.
I get that. Dan is saying that Salah's been faultless today. Do you think that there's any truth in the rumour that Salah and Mane don't get along? Now, I've heard this season that I think there's rumblings, might be coming from agents, that Salah either wants a big long-term contract or he wants to move off. It's a bit of an ultimatum at the moment at Liverpool. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know anything about him and Mane not getting on. Dino, do you think anything?
Yeah, wasn't there something last season when he came off?
Yeah. He kicked off when he got subbed, and he was basically saying that he doesn't.
He should have passed to me.
He's greedy. Salah's greedy. He's a great player, world class, but he can get a bit greedy.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with him. Like, he gets all his goals because he has a lot of chances, and that's what I saw when he was at Chelsea. Like, he's not a smash and grab kind of guy. He'll have like 5 shots and score maybe 2, 3 on a good day.
Yeah.
And I think that's what his issue is.
Yeah. I mean, man, he's some player, isn't he? But
for sure.
For sure.
I don't know. It's mad though, because his numbers are always better than Mane. And I think if Klopp and Liverpool were going to sell a player, I think they'd probably sell Mane over him. His numbers are better. I think Mane offers more to the team in terms of like tracking back and helping out, and he seems to he run a lot more. He's more aggressive, but I don't know. I think Mane probably feels that. But I think that there may be slight favoritism, and he's thinking, nah, like I want to be just viewed as the same. I don't want to be the one getting taken off. If it's 1-1 against Chelsea in 70 minutes, why are you taking me off, man?
Yeah.
No, you
for sure.
Take him off. You never take him off. You always take me off. Sort of thing. So
yeah, for sure.
I could definitely see it. Like Mane seems that you've got to pass me the ball, man. I'm open, and he seems like somebody that will say something. He will stay, and I think he's probably said to him, give me the ball, and and it's just Salah doesn't. He believes in himself. He gets that tight angle, and he thinks he can squeeze it in. Sometimes he drags it, hits the side netting, and you've got Mane standing on the penalty spot, being like, "Why have you not given me the ball? That's happening." I can see that. I definitely see that. In terms of what you said about the contract thing, if I was Liverpool, I'd just give it to him. I mean, who else is out there?
100%. Yeah.
You're gonna get now what? Messi, Ronaldo.
Can they though? Is that what the problem is?
They might have to sell players.
They can't even though.
I mean, you'd think. as we've said with the finances thing, like you've won a Champions League and a Premier League, and the big Nike deal, of course. Like there must be money around to keep hold of him. I completely agree with you. You give him whatever he wants to keep hold of him, and Salah with a shot, but it's blocked there. We've got a little bit of a.
That says it all, though.
What? Like, yeah, go on.
He had options to pass it out, but he's trying to hit it through a crowd. But yeah,
exactly.
Sorry, Greg, as you were.
No, you're completely right. We've got a bit of a conversation in the chat going on. Nostalgic and Dan BTF, make sure to like the stream and subscribe, lads. Nostalgic is calling for Jota to come on.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he would swap Bobby Firmino. Bobby Firmino has no confidence, but Jota is ruthless. Dino, what are we saying to that?
Yeah, man, I think so.
Is Jota ready?
I don't know what his injury was, to be honest. So I can't really say if he is or isn't ready. But if you want a gunman in front of goal, get him in there because he's definitely gonna at least like attempt to score instead of look for someone else and pass it on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know, man. Like, sorry, man. I know. I mean, this is you're going back to like BTF 36 or something like that for the debate we had about Bergkamp and Firmino. I mean, listen, Levi, if you're listening, bro, like you need to just get back in your box because that the proof's in the pudding this season, boy. That comparison was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. You need to be comparing him with like Torianje Flo or something like that, not a legend like Bergkamp. Like, he's got a few flicks here and there, and all the Liverpool supporters are like, oh, we need him. He makes the other players play better, and I get that. But man, you don't score. You score like 9 goals a season, man. Your ratio is like, worse than Lacazette's. You got some Lacazette ratio, and that's just for me. There's other players that can do that. What he does as well. It's not, they could sell him, man. They could sell him, use them with them wages to give Salah a new contract, get Jota playing, and they'll be fine. They wouldn't miss him. I promise you. They think they'd miss him, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Would they miss the personality? I suppose he's a little bit of
of course. Yeah, they'd miss that. I'm not saying he ain't a top player. He's a top player, but he ain't no GOAT. He ain't gonna go down in your best Liverpool 11 over the last 20 years. No, he's not in there. No way. Chance there.
Chance there, Werner.
He's got under that a bit.
So we've got 2 substitutes warming up for Liverpool. It's like Oxlade-Chamberlain and Jota, is that?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, okay.
That's another one they could sell. The Ox.
Chamberlain, yeah. What? Because he's just off of a 15-year injury or something. He feels like he's been. I feel like I went to uni, graduated, got a job before he even kicked a football around. Oh wow, we've got Mohamed Salah coming on.
Yeah, of course, but he should be. He hasn't played well. Not
happy with his performance, or not happy with being substituted.
Oxford loves a goal against us as well.
Coming off of our last conversation.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's the commentator's curse saying that he doesn't get taken off. I mean, that's got to be one of the first times for sure that he's been taken off early. You'd want someone like that playing the whole game. If you want a chance in the box, you'd want it to fall to him.
Right. But that's a huge call.
That is a huge call, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, no, I think that's another one they could get off the wage bill. If there is any money issues, Ox, I think he wouldn't be short of suitors.
Where does he go? What kind of
Everton,
kind of team?
West Ham?
Yeah, true. We've got a chance. Well defended. Yeah. Anyone in the chat wants to weigh in on Mohamed Salah coming off? I think we've got
and Firmino as well.
And Firmino, did he come off as well? Yes.
No. Those comments. The comments I made about him.
Oh yeah.
No, Firmino's still on. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
If anyone wants to weigh in on Jay Mills's comments on Bobby Firmino and Mohamed Salah coming off, we're interested to see what you guys think as well. It'll be interesting to see Jota. I don't know. Was he out for a month and a half?
Longer than that.
It seemed like it was longer than that, but
yeah, definitely longer than a month.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a couple. Definitely a couple.
He came January, right?
Beginning of January, you say?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
He's been out for a while, good while.
Curtis Jones came off with Salah.
Right. Okay. I was just about to ask. He's decent, He's like.
Yeah, he's
It's pretty
done
good,
done very well considering the pressure that would be on him. He's coped
right?
very well with it for sure. Because
It
he's
might,
19.
yeah, I would say that. It must be not. How would you feel? Yeah, like coming into making your debut for a team for Liverpool, yeah, or whatever your home team, and it's no fans. That must be crazy.
Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't
must be
feel real, would
crazy.
it?
Right?
Especially if, because I don't know if he was he sitting on the bench last season, or I don't know if he was part of the first team, but he must have been in and around Anfield when it was packed and busy. So to make your debut, expecting your debut to be in front of that crowd,
Right.
and then to not, I don't know if it makes it, if there's more pressure, less pressure. Because I watch a lot of UFC, and
Okay.
when Conor McGregor was talking about going into the stadiums without fans, he was saying that the fights felt more intimate. Less, he didn't mention empty or anything like that. He was saying it was more intimate. So I imagine, I don't know if with a football match, I suppose it's not 1-on-1, it's 11v11. I don't know if it translates the same, but I feel like it might feel a bit more, it could be applicable.
Yeah, man. Because like you work so hard to get to this position, and then you'd want your family, friends, and a huge crowd to be there. Do you know what I mean? It's like
For sure.
it sucks, man. But
For sure. Well, you look at Gareth Bale, if we, because the way it's looking at the
he's having this
moment,
opportunity.
yeah, it looks like at the moment, well, almost written in the stones, we won't have fans back in the stadiums for the end of the season. If Gareth Bale's loan isn't extended to an extra year, he could have made his return to Tottenham and not played in front of any fans. I think what, 1,000 in a Europa League game against a Israeli team or something like that, I think.
Yeah,
but
that's
apart from
nuts.
that, that's it's sad to think.
Arsenal are going to play in front of a few thousand in Olympiacos, right?
Yeah, I did hear that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think.
Zico's got to come off. Sorry.
Yeah, Ziyech is coming off.
Okay, Pulisic.
And Pulisic is coming on. What's happened? Sorry to change the subject now. What's happened to Pulisic? Is he just taking a while to get over the hamstring injury he got in the FA Cup final?
I would think so, but
he hasn't been the same since then. He was on fire then. Everyone had him in their teams, and then he got that injury, and then since he's come back, it's just not really been the same.
I think it's the beard. He's too distracted by the beard.
TikTok as well, apparently.
TikTok? Is he big on TikTok?
Yeah. So like, I don't have to, but I see like Chelsea will post like, oh yeah, Pulisic on TikTok. It's funny, man. His first video was him like trying to do something, and he steps on the ball and drops. It was so funny.
Oh, brilliant, mate.
It's nice to see that side of footballers.
So we just had a free kick there from Alexander-Arnold, but it was, I think, well defended by Jorginho. That's what the camera is sort of suggesting.
Yeah.
So is that a first corner for Liverpool on its way?
First corner, yeah.
No, they've had a few.
Oh yeah, they have. Trent
Yeah, they had
a minute ago along the ground. It must be 2 or 3 now.
Oh, yep. Beg your pardon. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably for me their best chance. It doesn't look like they're going to score from open play.
This is true.
Let's see, but they haven't got the big man in there, Van Dijk.
That's what I'm talking about, Mendy.
Yeah, man, his slot.
So nice to have someone like him who has like a presence in the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like compared to Kepa would have been grounded and like just lost in the crowd.
Chelsea are
so scrappy right now.
Yeah, but that's what they want. They don't want Liverpool to get into any sort of pattern of play, and that's good, man. That's the way to do it. Like, they're not giving them any time, swarming them.
Yeah,
it's good. The energy level.
I feel like they need to start like using the space. If they're not getting the chances through the middle, and they need to like make the pitch wider, kind of like what we're doing. So like now we have the ball and we're moving it about.
For sure.
It's actually quality.
Good move.
It's really nice.
Now,
play the gap.
Right.
Oh, but he's got it back though.
Has he?
It's a ball in.
And there he
There's
is.
no one.
I think that's what the problem is with our play. Like, just take the chance, man. There's a gap there. Like,
he shouldn't have gone out wide there. He should have played it through the
But
middle.
he said Timo.
Werner's did a little curved run there. There was a time when he was onside, and he took another touch, and then he went offside, and then played it out wide.
Yeah.
Got a good question in the chat here. We'll go to Jay Mills for this first. Reece James or Aaron Wan-Bissaka for England?
You know what? Yeah, funnily enough, I read an article today that he's thinking about playing for who did he represent?
Yeah. Congo.
Yeah, DR Congo.
Because
if he doesn't get chosen.
Yeah, and go for it, man. I mean,
yeah, of course.
He's getting overlooked. I mean, his numbers are high. He's defensively, I'd probably go Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Defensively, I think he's up there, man. I think he's better than Reece James. I just think he just doesn't really offer anything like going, in the opposition's half of the pitch. I mean, he did get that goal a few weeks ago, but that was just like, some anomaly. I don't think he offers enough going forward, and I think that Gareth Southgate, he's such a flip-flop. He's seen the emergence of players like, Trent, and obviously you've got like Carl Walker, who played him inside in the last tournament, but players like that, and I think he's going to use that. He's going to go for that style where he's going to want the fullbacks pushing high and using that attacking threat, because so many people are doing it in the Premier League, and you've got Trent as well, and that's why I think Trent will get the nod. And if he needs replacing, you've got a Carl Walker who can do that, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka can't.
Right.
Like, he's more like your typical old school sort of Gary Neville, defense first, everything else later. If I'm in that position, I'm just looking to pass it to a better player, to put the delivery. I'm not looking to beat no fullback and dink it to the back post. Like, so yeah, I think that, if they were both available for an Arsenal purchase and they both wanted to come, I'd buy Wan-Bissaka.
Okay, interesting. Dino?
I don't disagree. But
you're wrong.
But I will disagree. Wan-Bissaka doesn't suit England's style, and that's why he's not playing. I mean, when you have someone like
saying that, I went round the houses to basically say that.
Yeah, pretty much. So like, for example, you play Trippier right wing back, and then that's someone who can like get down the line and just whip it in. I mean, yeah, he's much more defensively astute. You can see that in his game because Reece James is quality going forward. He has good recovery, but isn't great defensively. Whereas it's the complete opposite with AWB. So yeah, man. In Southgate's system, I would play James.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think if you can't, I think you got to defend first when you're in those positions. You can see, you can just see he will get found out, and the good team in those. Like, I would take him, and if we're playing France, I know who I'd want. I'd put Wan-Bissaka in there. I don't want Mbappe cutting inside and doing a madness.
Right.
I want somebody that's just going to tackle him and then just pass it forward. I don't want
sure.
to be like, oh, where's the fullback? Oh, they're on the halfway line. While Mbappe's just making people sit down. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, we're not that good.
No.
And that's why I'm saying he's a flip flopper, because we're not that good. So let's just be defensively solid. Like it's almost like, oh no, we have to go there. We have to play great football. And yeah, I do think we have to. We've got to play good football and get goals, and we've got players to do that. You've got Grealish, you've got Maddison, whoever you take your pick, you're going to take. But I guarantee you, if he goes with those, those modern day fullbacks, the smart teams are going to pick us off, and then we'll get knocked out in the quarterfinals.
100%. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like no one really remembers the good football if you don't win anything. I mean, I remember that beautiful free kick, really well against fucking Panama, apart from that, I don't really remember. Like, we played well, yeah, but what did we get out of it? So yeah, I completely agree. I'd rather us be winning smart,
Yeah, man.
especially for England and tournaments like that. Quick check on the predictions. Of course, my 1-0 to Chelsea is looking really good as we head into we're in the 73rd minute. Levi's prediction, they'll need 2 goals in the next 20 minutes, 2-1. Jake as well went for a 2-1. Dan a 3-1. I don't see that happening, but we've seen stranger things. The ticker thing is going way too slow for me. Awkward pause. John Adinho, are you still feeling confident for a 2-1? How are you feeling about that? How are you feeling about this game now compared to at the beginning of the game?
I'm a lot more happy because it doesn't look like they're doing anything. Like they keep trying to like pass the ball around and get through, but something's missing. They're missing the je ne sais quoi, the va-va-voom. Do you know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. Like, it looks like when we get the ball, we're playing nice football and actually getting forward. And actually, to be honest, the same kind of thing. We're like lacking that quality too, but we're getting the better chances. They are growing into it though, and that's what's you can see like a lot more movement with Liverpool, but our defending tonight has been quality, and that is exactly what Tuchel's been working on since day one. So yeah, man, I'm happy for now. Happy,
quietly confident.
Yeah.
Millsy, you still saying 1-1?
Just I'd cash out if I was if I was looking at the game now. Nothing's really changed with the subs. Pattern of the game's still the same, but I don't know. I don't know. I think this could end up staying 1-0. But I'm going to stick with my prediction. I'm going to think they have to. They have to go for it. What have they got to lose? They have to go for it. The season is. I mean, people are talking about them. Staying in the top 4. Now they're in deep doo doo. They need to go for it, man. They've got 15 minutes left. And they really need to That didn't make sense. They really need to they've got to go for it. But we've got a chance here. Make the right decision. That's good decision. Think it. Oh, good save.
Good save by Alisson.
Yeah, very good work from Alisson there. Werner with another chance.
Slightly overhit that ball. If you see the replay.
The replay is a great ball over. Is that Chilwell with the ball or a Mount? Mount to Werner.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
They're slightly overhit.
Dino, you were saying about your defence, you're quite happy with it. We had a question earlier on in the chat. Do you think Rudiger is more of a long-term plan for Tuchel compared to Thiago Silva? Of course, Rudiger is 28 and Thiago Silva's 35, 36.
Yeah, something like that.
It shows... Rudiger's been playing well.
Yeah, he's really stepped up since Thiago Silva's been out. That says it all, Right. So yeah, I mean, it shows that he needed somebody to put his arm around him and say, "Hey, man, do your thing. I know you. Obviously, I've seen you play. There's a German connection there, and I know what you're capable of."
Right.
So yeah, man, he can step up. He is capable of a mistake or two, but he's been pretty solid.
Okay.
I'm not complaining.
That's good. We've got James Milner warming up here. Millsy, what are we saying about that? What does that reflect Klopp's thinking?
I'm not sure. It depends who he's looking to take off. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to see who he's looking to take off. He might be going for he might be deciding to go for it, and he might have a formation change or push someone forward and have Milner in there for security. I'm not sure, but we'd have to see who he's looking to take off. Any predictions on who that could be?
Dino?
Maybe Thiago actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see him like just getting a bit more energy with Milner in the midfield.
Thiago's a great
Or
player, but
maybe-
he doesn't drive, does he?
Yeah,
Doesn't really commit defenders. He doesn't get fouled.
he's not in the right, which sucks.
He's not in the right what? Sorry.
He's not in the right team.
Hmm.
He had loads of people at Bayern who can like do bits, do all his dog work and stuff, but it's just not clicking here.
Mm.
That's why like maybe he was too comfortable at Bayern because he moved from like Barca under a Pep team, Bayern on the team, and then it's not hard to like pick up the reins at Barca and carry on with what they're doing, kind of like Juventus before this season. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, man, I think it's a shame. I love him. He's a quality player, but just might be at the wrong team.
We
Or
can
maybe right team, wrong time. I don't know.
we can confirm that Thiago is coming off for James Milner.
All right, cool.
It's a good call.
Yeah, I mean he'll offer a little bit more by.
Kovacic is
energy
world
and
class.
Yeah, he is. He's good. Well, world class. I don't know.
Why is he world class?
He reminds me of a better version of Clem. Like he's amazing on the ball. He never loses it, and he drives a lot. He drives the ball forward so much, gets out of like every little position, and helps us just get up the pitch.
Mm.
My only flaw with him is he doesn't get enough goals and assists, but he does play the ball before the assist a lot of the times. That goes unnoticed. It's actually a good play by Werner there, in the ball twice. But yeah, man, I think it's quality.
Oh, Alisson out to grab it. 80th minute, 10 minutes left.
Big
And
time.
it is still 1-0 to Chelsea in this game.
They've got to go for it, man. They really got to go for it. I do miss
100%.
those days. Like I see, showing my age here, but
That's a great ball in. I can't control it.
Yeah, it's
Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, Bobby Firmino, man. If that was Bergkamp, mate.
He would have brought it down one touch.
Yeah, he would have brought it down, flicked over his head. Yeah,
And then, yeah.
slotted it.
See, we know about these players, man.
Come on, bro. Don't get statues for no reason.
Like,
what I was going to say was, I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh,
Dino, sorry to interrupt you, John. We need clarification for who you were comparing Kovacic to.
Oh, Alexander Hleb.
Hleb.
Yeah.
At Arsenal.
I don't
Barca.
really. He was more of a forward Hleb, but I see what you mean about in terms of composure. Never gets tackled. Like I get that comparison. Like Hleb, boy, like you're gonna get the ball off Hleb.
I think you're about to get roasted in the chat for that.
But apart
That's all
from
good.
that,
I don't really care.
apart from that, I don't see the comparison.
At least I'm here, innit? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's chill. We've got 10 minutes left. It's all gone smooth sailing so far. Let's not start a BTF war.
Yeah, what I was saying,
Sorry, John.
Smoothly change the subject. Is teams don't seem to go for it anymore like United used to. Like back in the day, like I used to. Although that for me, being an Arsenal supporter, sort of like from '96, to about 2000, and whenever Ferguson left, I kind of hated them because they were the rivals. But I did used to love watching 10 minutes to go with Man United 1-1 or 1-0 down. It was just the most amazing thing to watch.
Right.
Accurate balls into the box. It was just pressure. And they got so many late goals to the point where they coined the phrase Fergie time. They just got so many late goals. I don't see it anymore. I think teams like, now teams just go through the motions. Like, accept the loss. We'll move on to the next one. Like, never mind, lads. We'll win next week. Like, no, man. Win today. No.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I'm a Liverpool fan now. I'm like, go for it. I'd rather, if I was a Liverpool fan now, I'd be thinking, I'd rather lose this game 2-0.
Yeah.
And try than to just carry on doing what they're doing now.
100%. Because Chelsea aren't having to jump out of any gears here. Because Liverpool aren't raising the bar.
Yeah, they're not raising the bar. They're not moving the ball quick enough. It just reminds me of an Arsenal game being 1-0 down. It's very similar. Just moving the ball slowly, trying to be patient. No.
100%.
Players, drive. Like, win a free kick. Take people on.
Hit a ball over the top. That's how we got our goal. Well,
yeah.
Actually, yeah, we got the goal and the disallowed goal were both like over the top. So
yeah,
I can't really tell how deep we're sitting, but
yeah, to be fair, you are sitting deep, and it is difficult. But I guess that's the thing when you're a possession-based team like that, it's a bit tricky to change gear sometimes.
I suppose so, but you do need to. There is the opportunity that you will be 1-0 down in the 84th minute, and you need sort of that's what good managers have.
Yeah,
a contingency plan for that. It's like watching Tottenham is painful because there's no urgency, and then we'll draw 1-0 when we were 1-0 up, and all of the post-match press conferences will be, we'll come back stronger next time. Got to learn to take it, and then come back stronger. No, just go hard for 90 minutes. What do you mean come back stronger? Why weren't you strong? You're 1-0 up for fuck's sake. The ball's in. And it's defended sort of off the line, and it's
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It was a bit scrappy there.
Yeah. Come on, go for it.
So what have we got? We've got
that's
Dino,
the problem with Atletico Madrid against us. Okay, so ball comes in, it gets blocked by Chilwell, and then blocked by Chilwell again. Trent plays it back in, and a header by someone.
Cool.
Yeah, that was last ditch.
That ball went past about 4 Chelsea players.
Yeah, and like Chilwell slid in and it hit his back by the looks of it. It was weird. It was crazy.
Quite, it's scrappy bits like that will cost you.
Yeah.
That's it. Press them now.
This reminds me of how Atletico Madrid played against us last week.
I'm getting those vibes as well. Yeah.
So weird.
When's is that? Next week, the second leg of that game.
I want to say yes.
What are you saying for that? How are you feeling going into it? Do you think what do you think the game plan is for Chelsea?
It's going to be difficult because we've got no Mason Mount.
Of course, yeah.
But I think we just need to keep it moving and try and control the game like we kind of did. It all depends on It all depends on them, because we saw as soon as we scored, they have that gear to just change the gear. And if they do that from the start, then we could be in trouble.
Listen, you don't want to be giving that ball back to Alisson now when you're in this situation.
It's got 1 attempt on target for Liverpool. 7 attempts, 1 on target for Liverpool the whole game.
Yeah, it's not good enough. It's not, like you say, I agree with you, Greg. It's not just about the defence. When they're in the final third, they just don't seem to be clicking anymore.
Right.
Maybe there is something in that Mane, Salah stuff. They just don't seem to be having the same sort of combinations, finding each other.
Right.
Once where it seems to be something missing. What? I need to see a replay. That looked like a good tackle to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know. They just need a bit more. But listen, I'm looking at the table now. They got a game in hand. And Spurs have got a game in hand on Liverpool. Liverpool would have played 27. You guys would have played 26, and you're like 2 points behind.
Yeah, and we've got Palace the weekend on Sunday, which could potentially be a banana skin for us because we have got Zagreb on the Thursday, and then we've got you guys, Arsenal, the next Sunday.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is what I mean. There is still time for things to change. And Liverpool, I mean, I don't know what... Can Liverpool...
Spicy, boy.
Yeah, the little bit of a coming together there from Kovacic and Mane.
Mane.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So basically, Mane's gone down from a tackle from Rudiger, I think it was. Kovacic ended up with the ball and kicked it. Sort of, I'd say inadvertently kicked the ball into Mane's face there as Mane was falling to the ground. Sneaky, Millsy says.
Sneaky.
Yeah, they got Wolves next away.
Liverpool.
Yeah, and it's like Wolves have not been amazing this year, but they still got that ability to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
To cause upset.
That's so calm. That is so calm. I love it.
From Liverpool.
No,
from Chelsea, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, apart from that pass. There we go. Oh, Alisson. I don't know what. I don't know what's been going on recently.
He done all right there. He just about got away.
Just about.
Yeah.
We're into the last minute of regular time in this game. I don't know how much. There's not been many stoppages in this second half.
It can't be that much, surely.
2 or 3, maybe, if that.
No, it's flowed quite well.
Yeah.
A couple of, I reckon 3 minutes just for subs.
Yep, true.
Isn't it like 30 seconds a sub?
Something like that. It feels like 4 minutes is the new standard. I mean, the game today, Spurs-Fulham was 4 minutes, and I don't really remember there being... There's one VAR check, I suppose, but...
This one was in the first half, right?
Yeah, the VAR was first half of this game, yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, there was only 1 minute added on. Or 2 minutes. 2 minutes, wasn't there? Sorry.
Yeah. It's crazy. Shut up.
Move that ball quicker, man.
It's crazy, isn't it? There's no urgency. But anyway, what I was saying is that what happens for the image of Liverpool, for the thought of Liverpool, if they don't... So say the season ended tomorrow, they're getting Europa League.
That's a shambles.
3 minutes extra time.
That's a shambles. They'd probably win it though.
Probably win it, yeah. But are they aiming to win it? Are they not focusing on Premier League and playing? Because Klopp notoriously doesn't really take the FA Cup, Carabao Cup that seriously. Are they playing their youth players a lot more? Kai Havertz coming on.
Yeah, who's he coming on for?
Timo Werner.
Yeah, maybe. That makes sense. Yeah.
Kai Havertz, what's his contribution to the season been?
Scored a hat trick against Barnsley.
As you do.
He got COVID.
I think I've done that. That doesn't mean anything.
He got COVID and
yes,
hasn't back into the team. And man, it's just we bought potential. We bought him so no one else would buy him. It's basically a Mourinho tactic for when we bought Sean Wright Phillips because Arsenal wanted him.
Right.
We bought Scott Parker because other teams wanted him. So it just reminds me of that.
Was he 20, 21?
I think he's 21, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just hoping that he plays, he realises his potential in a few Carabao Cup games and then can translate that into the Premier League in the next couple of years.
He looks like he needs to bulk up a little bit. He's a little bit lightweight.
Does look a bit lightweight, doesn't he?
Because he's tall, though. He's about 6'1" or something like that. He's a tall guy, but just...
Yeah.
Come on, Klopp, man. You should be screaming at these players. Come on. I mean, you know what? The thing you just mentioned there about buying potential, because that's the one thing I think Arsenal don't do. I mean, we had first refusal of Fabregas, and then we go, no, we got Ozil. He goes to Chelsea, wins you lot the league. You know, it's like, you should have bought him because you knew Chelsea wanted him. You just got him in. Even if you just played him in. I mean, he wouldn't have. He would have forced his way into that starting lineup. But even if you said, you know what, man's gonna have to just hold a, Carabao Cup for a while. You should have just stopped Chelsea from getting him. Arsenal never do that. Never do that.
Yeah, I get that. We were linked with. They're not so much potential players, I suppose, but we were linked this summer with Ruben Diaz and last summer, summer before, I think, Bruno Fernandes, which is just painful to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, Ruben Diaz is a player that we are just screaming out for.
Yeah, definitely. You got Sanchez trying to head the ball.
Fucking hell. Sanchez was all right today. He fucked up once, which is understandable, but he was all right today. He's been playing a bit better.
Yeah.
Alderweireld as well is third. consecutive start as well. Dyer not anywhere near the first team, which is lovely to see. It feels a little bit better, but yeah, man. Like when you see, I saw someone tweeted going from Region and Aurier to Davies and Doty is like going from Margot Robbie to Margaret down the road.
Yeah. It's a bit mad.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But
where's the whistle gonna go?
Full time here.
Where has gone?
At Anfield.
Hey.
Well, there we go. 1-0. Dino, thoughts on the match?
Played the game how I expected us to, but I didn't expect Liverpool to play how they did. That makes sense?
Yeah, I get that.
It was crazy. Like, it did not seem like they were a threat at all. Klopp's moaning at something. I don't know what. Maybe the handball.
Yeah, maybe the handball. I think it's the only thing you can moan at, because apart from that, that's the only thing the only chance that they had, really.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, pretty much. But we also had a VAR goal disallowed poorly. So yeah, man.
All's fair.
Fully deserved, man. Fully deserved.
Millsy, what's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, fully deserved. Liverpool didn't do enough, apart from the handball and a couple of speculative efforts from Robinson, which was dragged wide. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just don't remember seeing much goalmouth action for Mendy. Came out, caught a few, airball corners and, wasteful crosses. But apart from that, Liverpool didn't do nothing. With that front three, they should be doing more than that. They should be testing the fingers of the goalkeeper. They didn't do that. They got what they deserved today, which is nothing.
Yeah, I completely agree. Toothless from Liverpool, I feel. Just a confirmation of the Premier League table as it stands for the two teams. Then Chelsea move up to 4th with 47 points. Liverpool down in 7th with 43 points. Tottenham just behind them on 42. We love to see it. Okay, boys, we'll wrap it there. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Millsy, I'm sure you have. It's been quite relaxed for us. And Dino, of course, you'll have enjoyed it. John and Dino, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
And Millsy, thank you very much for coming along.
No problem. See you on the flip side.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure to like the stream and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one.